Hi, I'm Pantazi. Today we're going to take another look at the Mawashi Uke or the Uke. Now it's called circular block, and that means because the hands go into a rotation before they come out, whether you start in this position here, whether you just pull back from like a Hungar or a Tai Chi, or whether you're doing it from a Goju base, a Weichi base, whatever base you have. It is not the style that's important. It's not the way that you perform this Uke. It's the target, the tools, and the trajectories that you need to make it an effective tool or method or technique, whatever you want to call it. Now, this application, okay, again, comes from several different arts. The target is the key point here, and it always is, and that's why I always say it first. The target is a weaker anatomical structure on the human body that can cause dysfunction in the opponent. And whether that dysfunction is just weakness, body collapse, or physical weakening, or unconsciousness, or further. This weakening or this vital target, this is what Kyusho translates as a weak or vital target. Now, your tools have to be applicable. You can't just push on something or punch something and get to the deeper anatomical structures or these vital structures, because the body is inherently protecting them with the skeletal structure, the muscle structure, the depth in the body. Now, that brings us to our third level trajectory. Now, not only do you have to know where the target is and how to attack it, okay, what angle, what direction to attack it, you need trajectory. What is the depth? What is the end goal? What are you trying to accomplish? Anyway, this application is going to be a knockout using the Uke, okay, and a compression. Now, the compression is attacking nerve and blood vessels. I'm not going to get into the specifics of what's going on, but I want you to see the application. Now, this can be used or utilized in grappling, like is being performed here. Also, it can be utilized in many different ways. If you're in a clinch position, you could go right into that Uke and cause that same effect on the opponent. And it's not a long period of time. It's longer than a strike. You're not going to just pop the guy. Now, although if you use that Uke position here and hit the guy in the head on two different nerve targets, for example, you're going to cause an unconsciousness, as you've seen in prior films. Now, this one is using compression. Now, compression works deeper, and it works on the blood vessels of the body, and it's similar to a choking technique. And that's all that I'm performing when I'm using this Uke. So again, don't look at so much on how you perform a specific kata or kata piece, or a technique from your style, be it Krav Maga or whatever self-protection system you study. Look at the targets that are possible with a tool, okay? And then you find out the trajectory that's needed with that tool to cause this type of an effect. So again, in the background, you've been watching a knockout. And you've watched it with the Uke, the twisting. It is on the head and neck area, as you've probably noted, and you'll see that the person is pretty deep into unconsciousness, and this is because it was a blood knockout. They fainted because of the lack of blood and oxygen into the brain. So I leave it in your hands to figure out how to do that. I do urge you to start slow. If you don't get great effects, up it just a little bit. Don't start from trying to really crank on someone, because you can rupture blood vessels, you can damage the vertebrae, you can the discs in between the vertebrae, you can cause nerve damage. There's a whole lot of things you can do that is dangerous with that, hence Kyusho. It is the vital target. It is the vital tool of all martial arts and the bedrock of all martial arts.
As he does this again, right?